When people talk about rising powers that could challenge American influence, names like China, Russia, or even India usually dominate the conversation. But what if I told you there's another player silently preparing for greatness, a nation often underestimated, yet strategically positioned, economically dynamic, and diplomatically sharp? That country is Malaysia. In 2025, Malaysia is no longer just a peaceful Southeast Asian nation famous for its beaches and multiculturalism, it's fast becoming a regional powerhouse with growing global influence. From strengthening its defense ties and advancing technology to mastering trade diplomacy, Malaysia is proving it's far more capable than many Western analysts give it credit for. But why should America, the world's superpower, be concerned about a relatively small country like Malaysia? Because Malaysia represents everything the US struggles with today: political balance, economic diversification, and global trust. While America faces polarization, debt, and declining global credibility, Malaysia is winning allies across Asia, the Middle East, and even Europe through smart diplomacy and economic partnerships. So in this video, we'll uncover the 7 reasons why Malaysia is the country America should be afraid of in 2025. We'll explore how Malaysia's strategic geography, neutral diplomacy, advanced economy, and strong ties with both China and the Islamic world could challenge US dominance, not through war, but through wisdom and influence. So stay tuned till the end, because reason number 7 will make you realize that Malaysia's real weapon isn't power, it's respect. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Wanderlust Venture for more deep global insights every week. Number 1 strategic location that America can't ignore. Have you ever noticed where Malaysia sits on the map? It's right at the heart of one of the world's most important trade routes, the Strait of Malacca. This narrow waterway handles over 25% of global trade, including most of China's and Japan's oil imports. Whoever influences this route controls a major artery of the global economy. Malaysia, with ports like Port Klang and Johor, has positioned itself as a guardian of this passage. The US Navy often tries to dominate nearby waters, but Malaysia's diplomatic balance between the West and China keeps both sides cautious. In simple terms, America cannot afford to upset Malaysia, because any disruption in the Strait of Malacca would shake the entire global supply chain. While superpowers like the US and China show off their military might, Malaysia holds a geographic trump card, silent but powerful. So yes, Malaysia might not have the largest army, but it sits in a position where the world's biggest militaries must seek its cooperation, not confrontation. Number 2 Malaysia's rising economic power. America's economy is massive, but it's also heavily burdened with debt and inflation. Meanwhile, Malaysia's economy in 2025 is lean, diversified, and fast-growing. The country is a key manufacturing hub for semiconductors, automotive parts, and electronics, attracting investments from both the US and China. In fact, Malaysia has become one of the top 5 semiconductor exporters in Asia, crucial for the global tech supply chain. Unlike many nations that rely on a single economic partner, Malaysia plays smart, maintaining strong trade with China while expanding exports to the US, Japan, and the European Union. Its strategic neutrality allows it to profit from both sides of the global power game. While the US faces political gridlock over budgets, Malaysia is quietly building economic resilience, investing heavily in green technology, renewable energy, and Islamic finance. This new economic confidence means Malaysia doesn't depend on Western loans or approval. Instead, it's setting an example of how a small nation can thrive through balance, innovation, and discipline. Number 3 A master of neutral diplomacy. In today's world, diplomacy is more powerful than missiles. And this is where Malaysia truly shines. While America often picks sides in global conflicts, Malaysia practices what can be called strategic neutrality. It maintains close ties with the US for trade and defense, yet also enjoys deep partnerships with China, Saudi Arabia, and the ASEAN bloc. In conflicts like the Israel-Palestine issue, Malaysia has become one of the loudest and most respected voices defending humanitarian values, something that gives it moral authority across the Muslim world. The US might have global influence, but Malaysia has global respect, especially among developing nations. Its leaders don't need to flex military power, they win hearts through balanced diplomacy. In 2025, Malaysia is playing a vital role in ASEAN's growing independence from Western influence, pushing for peace, regional stability, and economic cooperation, values that make it a quiet rival to America's interventionist style. Number 4. Malaysia's advancing defense and technology. Don't be fooled by its size, Malaysia's defense sector has been modernizing rapidly. The country is strengthening partnerships with South Korea, Turkey, and even Japan for drone technology, cyber defense, and maritime security. In 2025, Malaysia's military strategy is focused on protecting sovereignty and maritime borders rather than global domination, but that's exactly what makes it powerful. It's efficient, modern, and deeply integrated with advanced surveillance systems in the South China Sea. America's challenge? Malaysia doesn't depend on it militarily. The country is buying technology from various sources and training regionally, which means the US can't easily control its defense decisions. Meanwhile, Malaysia's investment in artificial intelligence and cybersecurity is turning it into a tech hub in Southeast Asia. The growing startup ecosystem in Kuala Lumpur and Penang signals a future where Malaysia competes in digital innovation, a space the US once dominated. In short, Malaysia isn't trying to match America's power, it's outsmarting it. Number 5. Strong Islamic world connection. One major reason America should be cautious is Malaysia's influence in the Muslim world. Malaysia stands as a modern Muslim-majority country that balances religion with progress. Its image is that of moderation, peace, and stability, a model admired by countries in the Middle East, Central Asia, and Africa. When global issues arise, such as Palestine or Islamophobia in the West, Malaysia's voice carries significant moral weight. Unlike other nations that depend on American support, Malaysia is not afraid to speak against Washington's double standards. In 2025, Malaysia's leadership within the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and its growing ties with countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE give it a collective power the US cannot ignore. It's not military threat, it's ideological influence. Malaysia represents what many Islamic nations want to become: strong, respected, and independent of Western control. Number 6. Malaysia's future: unity, stability, and resilience. Perhaps the greatest reason America should be cautious is Malaysia's internal strength. While the US battles internal polarization, social division, and economic inequality, Malaysia is moving in the opposite direction, promoting unity, inclusiveness, and national stability. In 2025, Malaysia's leadership is investing in education, digital transformation, and poverty reduction. It's slowly creating a model of progress without losing cultural roots. The true power of a nation isn't in its weapons, it's in its people's discipline and belief in their future. Malaysia's resilience after challenges like COVID-19, political transitions, and global market shocks shows that this nation can adapt and rise stronger. If America represents dominance, Malaysia represents balance. And in a changing world, balance wins. So, why should America be afraid of Malaysia in 2025? Because Malaysia is quietly building the kind of power the world needs, not aggressive, but intelligent. Not loud, but effective. From strategic geography and growing economic might to moral leadership and global respect, Malaysia is shaping the future of Asia and influencing global narratives. America may still be powerful, but Malaysia's rise shows that real strength comes from unity, wisdom, and purpose. So the next time you think of global powers, don't just look at the size of armies or GDPs, look at Malaysia, the small nation with a big heart and an even bigger vision.